All right, we are back on March 16th to the little plot where I was removing the milk thistle, and we are going to proceed with stage 2, which I have often contested in my videos is the missing piece in restoration programs. We seem to be really good at going through and ripping things out, sawing things down, grazing things down, etc., but we're not so good at following up. You know, at this stage, things are extreme enough that I think rewilding could use a helping hand, could use some actual placement of native plants, not just this faith that the native plants are going to come back after we come through and, engage in all this destructiveness. I went to the nursery and got several plants today. One of them we're going to be planting is leaf blinks, and it is native to California, and it is good in riparian areas, and it can handle a certain amount of shade. So let's look at the tree canopy. You're going to get shade, but you're also going to get some sun. Now, most native California plants, at least the ones that I've read about, like full sun. Your options are limited when you start looking for shade plants. But, like I mentioned already, the goat grazing up higher on the hill means that the native plants that I plant will either be trampled or eaten. So I have been, much like the wildlife, forced down into the deeper parts of the wild and the steeper parts of the riparian area in the hopes of avoiding both people and their livestock. I like that spot right there. What do you think? Now, of course, by no means was I claiming that I 100% accomplished the removal of the thistle. We will be doing that today again as well. I love how easily I can get the roots up at this time of year. I think the rain has helped a lot too. Planting is going to be a lot easier. In the past, rain was nothing more than a myth, something that happened in the past. So digging into the ground was pretty tough. This is something that requires patience, because a lot of these, it's fine to pull up. Like most of this is annual European grass that I can pull up with the milk thistle that I've been pulling up. But I don't want to pull up the cleavers. There's a cleaver hidden right there in with the grass. And I don't want to pull up the hedge nettle. You've got to be very careful with the miner's lettuce because it's extremely fragile. There's some milk thistle down in here. This is one of the reasons I don't like to use gloves. Like, this is like surgery right here. All right, here we go. I love the fact that there are all these decaying leaves here. It's so good for the plant. It blows my mind that people go out of their way to remove leaves from their yards. I've used this fallen twig as a reference for myself, and also because, animals don't bulldoze things quite the way that we do. Hopefully it'll help it not be trampled. Say a deer will probably go around rather than through. I'm about to plant the second one, and the person at the store told me that I could probably split it. He said they were about ready to divide anyway, and that's how they told me that this thing spreads. So I'm not going to put too much in one place. They spread fast and they spread underground. Well, they spread via roots underground. All right, let's try the outer edge over there and see how they like that. Finally, a worm. I was about to say something about the lack of worms. Don't worry, I'll put you back. All right, here is the other half of that planting. I'm just going to show this really quick. Every now and then this happens. I'll just uproot a plant and he's all over me. All of a sudden the ants come out of the woodworks. It's like, I don't know, it's just a testament to all the things that are happening underground, out of sight. All I did was uproot a plant and it clearly disturbed something. Looky here. Oops. Sorry, ants. I'll move to a new spot. Don't kill my plant over here. It's not in the disturbance area. I am going to put a native plant exactly where you are. Talk about thorough restoration. Direct replacement of negative with positive. Since we'll get all of the surrounding ones, as long as they're in this easy stage of pulling. Oh, here's one growing. I guess you guys don't need to watch all this. I'm gonna split this one too. You know, it's interesting to me when I look at these fallen branches and these little twigs and I see them interwoven with the plants, I get very self-conscious about moving them. I don't want to, you know, even though I am using sticks as markers, something like this I would feel bad about moving. You know, it's playing some sort of a role. And it just makes me think about how the policy right now seems to be just to come through and remove anything that's woody, which is so unnatural and so disruptive. Okay. And we got ourselves another species here. Here's the stick marking that one. This is one of them that I split in half. Wow, and it's still big. And here's the marker. There's a marker. Let's see if we can see the plant. There it is. Here's the first one. This is the one that I did not split. And the reason I'm making note is to see if the ones that I did split seem to suffer and not do as well. Okay, we got another one right here. There's the marker, and there's the plant. One more. Using this as the marker.